Hey YouTube, Joe here, and coming to you again with another a knife overview. And this one today is for the ZT Zero Tolerance 0770 clone. So a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. So I was going to do an unboxing video and first impressions, but I changed my mind and I decided I wanted to check this one out for a little bit first. Main reason being, my last ZT clone, which I'll pop the video up in the right hand corner, you'll see it, is the 0560, and that was a piece of junk. I remember not liking that, and I had a lot of bad things to say about it. And if you want to check it out, just click on the link. So I didn't want to have that for this. I really wanted to check this out. Now, I didn't really go nuts on this. I just basically played with it for a day or two. I didn't cut anything because I wanted to do a first impression cut on the video. So here's the box. So let's get the box out. I noticed it didn't have the standard overbuilt on here. That's interesting. Unless maybe when the 0770 came out, the overbuilt boxes weren't made. I don't know. So there you have it. Now it's already out of the box. So let me just move the box to the side. So here's the knife. Let's see if we can get some more light in here. Alright, there we go. So let's get some stats out of the way while I hold it in my hands, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. So the full length of this knife is 7.48 inches. The blade is 3.15. Now, I'm always famous for saying in a lot of my videos, I thought it would be bigger. It almost sounds, if anybody's a fan of that movie Roadhouse, they always said that about Patrick Swayze throughout the whole movie. I thought you'd be bigger. Again, I'm saying that the same thing with this knife, and I'll explain why in a minute. Well, says it's Elmax steel, but we all know that it's not, so let's not fool ourselves. Drop point blade, stonewash finish. What else? The handle's aluminum. The weight is a nice light 3.7 ounces. It's a liner lock. And let's see. Now, one thing I found interesting, it's tip up carry both left and right. As you can see, the holes. And when I was curious about the size to compare to the real one, and there are some very slight differences, but the one major difference is the real 0770 that's not carbon fiber is not left and right side tip up carry. So that's interesting. That's interesting that they milled the holes, on the clone, but yet if they're trying to be so exacting, just like the real thing doesn't have it on both sides. So I just found that interesting. So let's go over the knife a little bit, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. So let me, again, let's go over the blade. Nice looking stonewash. Now it feels sharp, but we're gonna do a quick cut test, like I said. Now the slight difference, as I said, in the size, I mean, ever so slight. Like, I'm telling you that this blade, the blade length is 3.15. I think the actual one is 3.25. And I think there was another slight thing with the overall length too, but ever so slightly. So I guess my theory was wrong, because I did have the carbon fiber one at one hand, but that was a catch and release. I got it brand new, and no sooner did I have it, there was a deal brewing with somebody that wanted to trade me for the titanium 0801, and so to keep it as new as possible, I wound up sending it to that guy, and I forget what else was involved in the deal, but I never really had that knife at all. So this is my first. Well, I'm not really having it now either, the aluminum handle one, but this is the clone. But the first one I'm having of this model that I'm actually checking out. So let's take it around now. While we have it open, let's see. Took it off camera to see the lockup. Let's see, maybe we bust out the old. It's about 50% lockup, I'd say. Let me show you the detent. Detent's strong. Hold on. not as strong as I thought, but no blade play whatsoever. Upside down, side to side, up and down, nothing. So it's really sturdy. Now, I'm not a big fan, and the real ZT has this too. I'm not in love with this pocket clip. You know what? I'm not feeling this light. Let me see. Let's get this over here more. I'm not feeling that pocket clip. Alright, now the real one of this went for, I don't know if you can still get the real ones of these, and you probably can, but the real one went for like $119. I got this at AliExpress for $32, including shipping. And the real one does have the same kind of looking clip. I'm thinking for a $120 knife, I'd rather have a different clip. I mean, some people like this clip. For me, this clip is a hot spot. I don't know. I like to see something more flat. I mean, nothing that's... I mean, I can see this clip being easy to put in, like, say, in your pants because of this flip up here right there. But I just don't like the clip. And I can probably honestly say if I had the real one, I probably wouldn't like that one either. Another thing negative about it is it's slightly off. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but it's ever so slight to, well, maybe not so ever so slight. It's not centered. I'll say that. It's to the right. Well, at my advantage, it's to the right. So let's do some quick measurements. I mean, I always like to measure, like I've always said in my other videos, I like to measure against stuff because, again, I've watched other videos of this and thinking, not of the clone, of the real thing, thinking it's bigger, and sometimes you just state the numbers. Oh, it's 7, it's 8, it's this, it's that, without putting it against something. You really can't tell the difference. So here it is against the dollar, the famous dollar. Let's put it all. Let's make sure everything's in the video. I'm just messing up today. Hold on a second. All right, there it is against the dollar. All right, let's fade back. There it is against the ruler. There it is. And now I'll put it against a couple things that maybe you know. Let's put that over here. Let's do the piston. It's funny, the way it's angled, it looks like the piston towers over this, but it doesn't. Oh, I guess in real life it does. You know, it's not. It's bigger, but it's not. It doesn't tower. Let's move it around like this. So it's probably just the angle that I'm shooting at. There it is against the piston. I'll put the video for that in the upper right corner if you want to check the piston video out. I did it a long time ago. And here's against the Ganzo G720. Another clone. There it is against that. So let's do a quick cut test and we'll do some more talking about it. Now again, I'm known for my mess ups and cut tests, so let's hopefully this one comes out good. Whether a knife is sharp or not, I seem to screw it up. So I want to make sure I get this is the first one. I want to make sure it's on video. Alright, now before I even get to the cut test, like I said, it feels sharp. So let's test it out. Let's go down the center. Beautiful. Let's get the corner here. Very, very sharp. I'm very impressed. A heck of a lot better than the clone of the 560. Now, there you go. I had to go one step further because I had to mess up. But there you go. Very, very sharp. Very happy with the sharpness. Now, maybe that time when I got the 560, maybe I just happened to get it from not a bad seller per se, but a seller that's not selling as top-notch clones as maybe as I'm getting them from now. I got this from the same person I bought the Hyper 90 from, and that I bought the Sebenza 25 from. So, should you get this knife? Now, lots of times I say in videos, if you can afford the real thing, like for instance the Ti-Lite video that I did, there's no way I would buy a Ti-Lite clone. Because the Ti-Lite, the real one, I mean, anyway, at least before they started going to before they started going to the carpenter steel, was very affordable. And even with the carpenter steel, it is affordable. But now this knife with the real Elmax steel, like I said before, I think it was going for like $120 or early 100s, and I got this for $32. So should you get this knife? I would say yeah. I have a problem with the being off centered. It does maybe feel ever so slightly a little cheesy, maybe with this liner lock, but it's not a big deal. I like this knife, and I'd get it again, even with the hot spot. I mean, I could always take this off; it's no big deal because the real one has the same thing anyway. So it's a very nice knife. Let's get some. Just one more thing with the markings. I just wish they wouldn't. They're putting made in USA. I mean, granted, they're copying everything else, but we all know this is not made in USA. Nice aluminum finish, the black. There it is in the hand. Has the jimping on the top. I like these barrel spacers. Hopefully it's coming in nice see-through. There's a lot to like about this knife, especially for $32. You really can't go wrong. So there you have it. Let's put it down for the final shot. The ZT Zero Tolerance 0770. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed the video.